Every year on the 31st of October, streets across the world come alive with costumes, candy, and carved pumpkins. Children dress up as ghosts, witches, or superheroes. People throw parties, light candles, and celebrate what is known as Halloween. But few stop to ask, where did this strange and spooky festival come from? And what do the teachings of Islam say about it? Halloween traces its roots back over 2,000 years to an ancient Celtic festival known as Samhain, celebrated in what is now Ireland, the UK, and parts of France. The Celts believed that on this night, the boundary between the living and the dead became blurred. Spirits were thought to roam the earth, and people lit bonfires and wore costumes to ward them off. When Christianity spread to Europe, the Church tried to replace pagan festivals with Christian ones. So, November 1st became All Saints' Day, also known as All Hallows' Day, and the night before was called All Hallows' Eve, which later became Halloween. Still, many pagan customs, lighting candles for the dead, dressing in disguise, or telling ghost stories, remained part of the popular culture. These traditions mixed with Christian symbolism and continued for centuries. Halloween came to North America through Irish and Scottish immigrants in the 19th century. At first, it was a quiet night for prayer and remembrance. But by the early 20th century, it evolved into a community holiday centered around costumes, pranks, and parties. By the 1950s, Halloween had become a child-friendly event, with the rise of trick or treat, a tradition where children dress up and receive candy from neighbors. Over centuries, immigrants brought these traditions to America, where Halloween transformed into a community-centered event, with costumes, games, and the now famous trick-or-treat tradition. Today, Halloween has become a major commercial holiday. In many countries, it's less about spirits and more about fun, entertainment, and business. Today, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry driven by marketing, films, and entertainment. However, despite its modern fun image, Halloween's roots in pagan rituals, superstitions, and beliefs about spirits remain clear in its symbols. Ghosts, skeletons, haunted houses, and carved pumpkins representing spirits. But beneath the costumes and candy, its origins still lie in superstitions, pagan rituals, and ideas about the dead, concepts that deserve careful reflection, especially for Muslims. Islam is a faith that gives clear guidance on how to view life, death, and the unseen world. The Quran teaches that life is a test, and that death is not a source of fear or entertainment, but a reminder of our return to Allah. Allah says in the Quran,
كل نفس ذائقة الموت.
Every soul shall taste death. In Islam, life and death are matters clearly defined by Allah, the Almighty. We are taught to honor the deceased through prayer and charity, not through festivals that mix truth with superstition. In Holy Quran, Allah, the Almighty says, O believers, do not follow the footsteps of Satan. Whoever follows Satan's footsteps, then let them know that he surely bids all to immorality and wickedness. At another place he says, Do not follow Satan's footsteps. Surely he is your sworn enemy. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, said, Whoever imitates a people is one of them. Abu Dawud, 4031. In another hadith, the Holy Prophet of Islam, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, said, Every innovation, bid'ah of a new thing in our religion, is misguidance, even if the people regard it as something good. This hadith reminds Muslims to avoid imitating non-Islamic rituals or customs, especially those rooted in beliefs that contradict Islamic teachings. Celebrations like Halloween often involve imitation of pagan customs, emphasis on fear, ghosts, and the supernatural, and sometimes disrespect toward the concept of death. It's important to remember, many people today celebrate Halloween simply for fun, not because they believe in spirits or pagan gods. But as Muslims, our actions should not just be about intention. They should also reflect awareness and faithfulness to our beliefs. So rather than judging others, we can educate ourselves and our children about where these traditions come from and why Islam offers a different path. Instead of celebrating Halloween, Muslims can focus on meaningful alternatives, like spending time with family, learning about Islamic history, helping the needy, or organizing halal-friendly community nights for children. We can also teach our kids why we don't celebrate such occasions, with wisdom, kindness, and understanding. Islam doesn't forbid joy, it just guides us to find it in ways that please Allah. So the next time October 31st arrives, remember, Halloween may be fun for some, but for Muslims, true light and joy come not from spooky nights, but from the light of faith, knowledge, and remembrance of Allah. Our hearts find peace not in fear or fantasy, but in the remembrance of Allah, the Most Merciful. Thank you for watching. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content about faith, history, and truth.